Huzzah! What's going on, everyone? So, I've been away for about a week or so, and I wanted to explain what happened and what's going on, plus new plans for the channel moving forward, and go from there. So, let's jump back like 2 years ago. I was streaming, playing some games with Mage, our usual, hanging out and stuff like that. I didn't feel too good uh, throughout kind of near the end of that night and stuff like that. And I kind of called it early, went to bed, but I couldn't sleep. I had a really bad stomach ache, and it escalated to the point where I was in a lot of pain. And I ended up going to the hospital that night and finding out that I had gallbladder stones, so gallstones. It wasn't really anything major, like a small one and whatnot. They said it wasn't surgery related. It didn't need surgery. It just needed some antibiotics. Called it from there. Left like the next day. Went home and then did that. I didn't really. And then they said come back in like 2 weeks to talk about things and whatnot. I didn't do it because of the fact of that, and all the nurses and doctors for this situation agreed that it was fine because the pain was gone, everything was okay, everything was back to normal, and I called it from there. Now I'm not the most, I'm a little, I'm a little overweight, surprise, surprise, but I'm a little overweight. I'm not extremely not healthy, and I do eat, vegetables. I have vitamins, things like that. I do my things, but at the same time, I could do better, which that is one thing I'm gonna do. So now let's fast forward to last week. I'm at work Wednesday night. All of a sudden, stomach's not feeling that good. Figuring, okay, maybe something I ate before I came to work. Well, it escalated and I hanging out there for a couple hours, and I got to the point where I'm like, all right, I gotta go home. Honestly, I might even have to go to the hospital because it felt really bad. So I jumped in the car, I head back home. I wake up in a storm, and I said, listen, I gotta go to the hospital. Something's up. I am really, really in pain, to the point where it was almost doubling me over and whatnot. We get to the hospital, we go through the stuff and talk about things and whatnot. So they put me in for some testing. Go through the tests, come to find out after a ultrasound and I think it was in CAT scan and ultrasound. Well, come to find out, my gallbladder was infected at this point now. So after 2 years, whatever highlighted it, I don't know exactly the full reason. I still got to talk to the doctor and find out what exactly kicked it off. But I guess it's just something that happened. Maybe didn't take care of myself as much as I probably should have. But regardless, it got infected to the point where they said you should do surgery at this point now. You could go home and set it up, but honestly, you should still set up because they were also very busy. Come to find out, there were more people that were having gallbladder issues, and but they were basically telling me like, oh, you could go home after we get you set up with some antibiotics and whatnot, but you should plan like a week from now to get surgery done, or stay in the hospital and let's just get this taken care of. I mean, I was already there and in pain. And I was like, okay, well, let's just get it done. So, okay. So now a normal gallbladder removal only takes about hour and a half from what I'm told, or from what the surgeon was telling me. So we went through all the stuff and they told me basically that, on the off chance that they can't cut a certain piece or a certain place or whatnot, or they have to do it, then they have to go old school and straight slice down the stomach and chest and whatnot and open you up. Because normally it's just an incision here, an incision here, and an incision here. It's like 3 incisions, and then they just cut the required places and then do what they need to do. I'm no surgeon, I'm no doctor, so I don't know the exact thing. Well, now we're gonna go back in the past. When I was like 15, 16 years old, I had an appendix burst on me. A really, really bad situation that if I went back to sleep, like I wasn't gonna wake up. Like I would not be sitting in this chair right now if I didn't go back to, if I went back to sleep that night or that morning when I got up, or that morning and before I went to the hospital, and they ended up emergency surgery and everything like that, because it actually burst and it was horrible. So because of that, And because of where it was placed and everything like that and stuff, because it was also another thing I've always talked about is that it's crazy because I had a surgeon that's been working for 25 years, and he had me like sign a thing saying, you know, hey, I want to put you in a medical book because out of 25 years, I've never run into anything like this before. Maybe I'm demon, alien, I don't know, something. Who knows with me? But so because of that, my insides are not like they're, I guess, kind of messed up or whatever. I guess there's some mesh in there and maybe some webbing and stuff. I don't know. But regardless, they couldn't do it the normal way. So because of that, they had to do a straight slice, like basically, like right down this way actually. No, this way, yeah. So they had to go from like here, like down the stomach and stuff. I'm not going to pull up my shirt and show you guys. I have 12 staples going down here right now, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to freak anybody out or whatever. But anyway, yeah. So I've got a slice down my chest and my stomach that's got like 12 staples on it. That I'm having them removed in the next week or so. But and then a bunch of little holes and whatnot and stuff. Fun. And because of that, it kept me in the hospital longer than what normally would have been that kind of surgery is one of those ones where you go in, you're done, you're out literally in the afternoon. Like let's say you go in the morning, you have your surgery, you're out in the afternoon. This situation was, we had it, which was Friday, so it was a week from yesterday, and I ended up getting out Sunday. So I went in Wednesday, had the surgery on Friday, got out Sunday. And then from there, I've just been healing. You know, I haven't gone back to work yet. I'm going back to work actually next week, and Gala's coming over to say hi. So I'm going back to work next week. And then beyond that, I've put streaming completely and videos completely on hold because I've been sitting here in my chair, you know, keeping that going and then being back from my bed to chair, back to bed to chair. But I didn't want to push myself, especially with like being annoyed by the pain, snapping at anybody. If someone came in and just happened to say a comment during the live stream that I wasn't really happy with or whatnot, I didn't want to snap at them because it wasn't their fault per se. If they said something, it would be more on me because obviously when you're in pain, you kind of lash out sometimes because, you know, you're just like, leave me alone. I want to be alone. So that was kind of the thing. And then, of course, I wanted to make this video and explain what's been going on. So last week, obviously, there was no top 5 reasons to play. We'll be doing a new one for Sunday. Oh, we'll be doing a new one for Sunday. Well, you got to let me know when you're going to jump up here. And then streaming will come back on Monday. Now, on top of that, I've also decided that I really kind of want to cut the channel down to specializing more in some things. Because right now I'm kind of all over the place. Been playing games I don't normally play a lot, like Ratchet and Clank, things like that and stuff. But I want to go back to stuff that I really enjoy, what I really love doing and stuff. Not that I haven't had fun. Ratchet and Clank's definitely good. I want to finish it because I did tell you guys I want to finish the series. So we will do that. But once that's done, we're going to specialize more into things that I want to focus on, which will also kind of build out the content for the channel moving forward too, with other videos in mind when it comes to these type of games. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to do games like more, I like a lot of darker stuff, without a doubt. I like a lot of dark fantasy things like Dark Souls, stuff like that. So a lot of Dark Souls content. I've been doing some new builds. I also got 3 characters in mind I want to do some playthroughs with. So Stormicus, which is a mage, some sort of caster. Stormgar, which is a warrior, mostly Viking warrior style, things like that. Maybe some shield and an axe, or a big sword, 2-handed sword, gut style, you know. And then on top of that, Storm Belmont, which is more my dexterity character, and trying to use a whip. It's an interesting weapon that I don't see a lot of people use. And I like a lot of PvE stuff. I'm not a PvP person. I'm not looking to go in and jump into people's games or whatnot or things like that and stuff. I've always been more about helping people, like fight bosses and stuff. I love doing that. It's been one of my favorite aspects of the Souls thing that they've had. The idea to be a Sun Brother, the idea to do Blue Sentinel and help people out. So stuff like that. And yeah, so we're going to focus on that kind of stuff. And then we're going to have one night dedicated to what I'd like to call Which I haven't really fully come up with a name yet though, but either Metal Mondays or Wasteland Wednesdays, one of the two, where basically it's going to be apocalyptic stuff. I love apocalyptic games. I like games like Wasteland, Metro, stuff like that. And I want to definitely focus. Like I've got Wastelands 1, I've still never finished to this day. Wastelands 2, or I should say Wastelands 2 that I've never finished to this day. Wastelands 3, the newest one, I picked that up on the PS5. And the Metro Exodus, that had the PS5 enhancement that just came out. I want to definitely play that. I love the Metro series. The first two are fantastic. Probably go back and redo those two as well. See how those show up these days. So yeah, so stuff like that. So apocalyptic games. And that'll be stuff that we're going to also focus on down the line too. Making videos on apocalyptic stuff, making videos on Souls, dark fantasy, things like that. And, going from there and stuff. Definitely would like to go and do my Biomutant playthrough as well, too. So games like these is what I'm talking about, more open world-ish, 3D action, fighting, or action RPGs. Like, open world action RPGs is really what I always determine, like Dark Souls, but in a more darker tone. So, again, like Biomutant would also fall under apocalyptic stuff because obviously that's what happens after the apocalypse in the case. So stuff like that. So we'll be focusing on things like those. Maybe Sekiro. Maybe. We'll see. I've gotten to a good point in that game, but I've also gotten to points where I'm really stuck. So maybe we'll do some Sekiro stuff as well too. Obviously, again, I like the Dark Souls. I like running around doing things like that. Obviously, Elden Ring. I'm going to put a lot of time. I'm going to definitely do 3 playthroughs of Elden Ring because I want to do Stormicus, I want to do Stormgar, and I definitely want to do Storm Belmont. And then, who knows? I mean, we might just become an Elden Ring channel after that. Because it just looks like there's going to be so much to do in that game. And then not to mention, helping people with bosses and things like that, and setting up maybe days to get together with people and play together and stuff. And yeah, there'll be all kinds of cool things like that. But yeah, so I wanted to put more of a focus into those type of stuff. That's the things I love. I love those type of games, and I really want to do that. And with this channel, I want to do that. Of course, the offside stuff will be the top 5 reasons to play. Maybe a trophy day once in a while, set up to do like certain trophies on certain days or a certain day of just trophy hunting. But that's kind of, trophy hunting's fun and I love it and I've always loved it. But at the same time, it depends on the game and stuff. And of course, as we move forward to God of War Ragnarok, when that comes out down the line, we'll probably set up some time for that, things though. I found with these newer games though, honestly, that I like kind of playing them on my own now. As weird as it sounds, but I think after all the years of being on Twitch and doing everything, the spoilers, the backseating, everything like that, it's kind of nice to play those games and enjoy it for yourself. Like, I've already been spoiled, like on Red Dead Redemption 2, when we played that, someone came in and told me the ending. There's been a couple other games where people have come in and told me the endings, and it really just kind of takes the air out of you, it kind of pulls it from your, you're just having a good time and someone comes in and be like, oh, by the way, did you know that this happens to this? And it's like, really? It's like, why do you need to do that? Another reason I'm here on YouTube, so I can make videos and do it this way. But live streams, obviously, as always, all the time. And so we'll just have more of a general focus on things. And I look forward to doing content on all that stuff. We're going to have a good time with that. And Saturdays, of course, doing co-op with Mage. That's kind of where a lot of the variety will kind of kick off, because Mage and I do a lot of different stuff. And though we both like a lot of the same things too. But we'll be doing more stuff like, Journey to the Savage Planet. We definitely want to go through that, finish that game up. More probably Watch Dogs, things, and get together with the guys and do Watch Dog content. Stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's pretty much everything. Thank you for all the well wishes. For those who have, supported and whatnot, thank you when I did say what was going on and I was going to be out for a little while and stuff like that. Thank you for watching the videos while I've been away. More content is coming without a doubt. Starting on Monday, we're back to streaming, getting back into the things. I'm going back to work on Thursday, so... but right now, I'm just kind of still chilling because, even right now, a little bit of pain from talking a lot. And that's one of the main reasons I've kind of taken a break, is because I knew... especially streaming, I'd be sitting here and going, ooh. So, yeah, so hopefully by next week, the pain should be pretty much almost nil, to a point where it's still going to be there, obviously, but not as deep and heavy as it's been the last week. So, because of course these things take time to heal, especially when you have an organ removed from you. But again, thank you so much, everybody, for supporting. Thank you for hanging out and always being here and such, and all the well wishes I've gotten through Discord and through Twitter. I'm truly blessed by the gods for all the friends and acquaintances I've made over the years, and thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. Keep an eye out for Sunday at midnight, new top 5 reasons to play, and we'll go from there. Have a great one. Be safe, be just, and as always, huzzah. Goodbye.